So we will start at this corner, I guess, like so. So we have a label where it is written made in USSR. We have 5 of these lights with labels written. So I will allow you to look at each one of them. This is the word for signal, but I do not know what the other things are. So about these light indicators, they are a very regular model you can find in Soviet, everything in fact, in ships, in spaceships, in submarines, in factories, in power plants, nuclear power plants even. It was really a common model of indicator. So I guess if we remove these screws, we must be able to access the lamps for replacement, but it must be sealed since a long time with, yes, with there is a seal and it is quite dried out. So we have 2 regular bulbs behind each one of them. So I guess it is a safety feature if you put 2 bulbs. And you can pull out this thing and take it apart for replacing the label in fact inside. It is a piece of paper. There is this, it is a glass filter, not plastic. A piece of a spacer in cardboard and background, this is plastic. And all these together make your light indicator. And the rubber seal in fact has the double purpose of keeping everything in place. I try to reassemble it correctly. And also sealing making a waterproof seal under the light indicator. So it is quite interesting, this thing. And yes, putting this thing back together is quite tedious in fact. So you put this back like so, and so they did insert 2 bulbs, so in case of if one bulb blows out, there is still a second one, I guess. It was long time before LED indicators. Okay, so here we have a button which is secured in place by this clamp. So probably you are not supposed to use it every day, because it's a very special purpose. There is a main plug here which is probably matching this cable in here. Let me check this. But it is probably the correct model for this. Yes, of course. Okay. There are 2 function key buttons, control number 1 and control number 2 with all these positions. I have no clue what they are for. Here is the control number 2. Here you have voltages written. So at least you must be able to use the voltmeter indicator here to check some voltages on the system. And I saw some signals levels. Here there is probably grounding, banana jack. Here you have a model number plate, and you have all these banana jacks for control, telephone, or interphone, or something like this, and more. So I am wondering if it is the regular spacing. Let me check this. Do we have here regular spacing of the banana jacks or not? Do I have this No, it seems it is not the... in this way, in fact, it is interesting, because in this way it is a standard spacing, but not in this way, so maybe it is a pure coincidence. Not sure here. So here we have another switch with rubber cover, a little moldy, this one. And here we have a fuse behind this cover. You can see there is a provision for putting a piece of little chain or something like this in order to avoid losing this. And look at this piece of plastic. See, there is stuff inside, black dots. It looks like they did make it with mixing several plastics, or maybe even recycling plastic. Quite weird. So this is a watertight cover over a regular fuse. Ocean's fuse holder with a flower shape cap on it. Okay, so to open the device I have to undo all the screws on the side and work loose the seal around. But sure, you know, there will be interesting stuff first, but before I do it, look at the meter here. We have information about when it was made. It is 1988. There is a serial number on it, 751 model number, and you can see it is given for going up to 50 volts, and there is something in the middle here in the center position. Quite interesting, and you can see the very serious red rubber seal around the thing, and here also around these connectors, and of course the beef proof bar here in case you collide when you are driving with the thing. Okay, I will remove the screws all around and we will be able to have a look inside. Okay, it was quite some work, but the screws are off. And I should be able to pry this out. If I remember correctly, there is nothing on the bottom of the case, everything comes out with the cover. But it is really well stuck, guys. Try not to damage it, so we have to work it loose a little bit at a time. This is a really recurrent problem with seals and all equipment. They can really stuck pretty bad after all these years. But I did already take this apart previously, so it should not be that hard, but it is really hard. What to do? I was not expecting such difficulties to open it. It looks like I did forget for some screws, in fact, but no, all the screws are off. Damn, it is really, it is starting to come off. Here we are, maybe, yes, really stuck in place. It was not going anywhere. So, what do we have? I can lift the whole thing out, and first you can see the bottom of the case is empty. We have a very nice work here for the handle. As you can see, this here they are sealed with epoxy, it seems. So they did care of water tightness very seriously on this thing. Really, quite amazing. And here is what we have inside. So it looks like we have first a whole lot of conformal coating. So we will start in the same way we did check the outside. So here are the bodies of the light indicators. You can see there is some conformal coating over everything. Even over the wires, they are stuck in place here, one to the others. We have a button here with a clamp, keeping it in place. This wire is quite floating in the breeze everywhere. The connector here. The rotating switch number 1. It is a little bit loose, this thing. And number 2 here. The grounding banana jack here. The fuse case here, the other switch here, and all the other connectors here, the banana connectors. So on this side we have a PCB with a whole bunch of what seem to be power resistors. Yes, 1 mega ohm at 0.5%, not bad. And each one, as you can see, has its own a component number written on it, as often with Russian equipment. It is the same thing for the capacitors. As you can see, they did stack here together several resistors with long screws. Everything is heavily conformal coated. In the middle we have a internal case here, metal box, aluminum box, very seriously riveted to the front panel. We have a bunch of potentiometers, the regular Amberton potentiometers, but these ones are dual potentiometers. All at the bottom down here there is a small relay. You cannot see it. There is a pass-through here in this wall for the cables, and you can see a very serious rubber pass-through. Very serious wire harness here. By the way, the wires in this thing are not the typical Russian wires. They are wide, these ones, and even the wrapping around the wire harness is not the regular stuff. It is a clear wrapping here, quite interesting. There is some kind of work number label here in the wire harness under the wrapping, a little sticker. What else? We have round body relays here, 4 of them, mounted in this internal box. Here a PCB with 4 metal and glass body diodes, and of course the back of the big voltmeter, just 2 contacts, so it is just a regular galvanometer, but you can see how they did attach it to the front panel, really seriously made. Dual bolts with big ring to seal it, and big washer and big pressure washer here. Really, it was seriously made, this thing. Quite impressive. And I guess the most impressive is the wall conformal coating you get over everything. I do not know if the camera will give back the color, but to me it is yellow, in fact, a lemon yellow. But I guess with the white balance of the camera, maybe for you it will look more whitish, but it is yellow, almost green. Quite impressive. And really look at this, all the wires here are glued in place with a conformal coating. So I do not know how they did apply it. if they did spray it or apply it with a brush or something like this, or maybe dip the entire thing in conformal coating. It is quite amazing. First time I see such a thing, in fact. Here even this wire is glued on the front plate with the coating. Really heavy work here. The thing can move here on the wire harness. Really stuck in place very well. The only exception is this two wires here which are loose, but maybe previously they were glued in place and they did finally work loose, but quite amazing. And you can see here on the side of the light indicators we have the same logo we have on the fuse holder, but I guess we'll be able to see it better. Here we are. And some also on these screws here they did apply some paint to lock the screws in place, so I guess if I wanted to I cannot try to save. If I wanted to take it apart and salvage the parts, everything will be filled with this conformal coating and not possible to salvage. Okay, so it was an interesting device, guys. Quite a space consuming, but nice to have. And I just noticed you can it will lay flat on the bench because of the box at the back here, which has like a stand. Very impressive. Okay, so now I can put this back together and it will go back in storage for many years probably. Thanks for watching, bye bye.